Hello everyone, welcome to HNN Friday Night Race Hub. Tomorrow night is race day.
Yes, hello everybody. Welcome back to HN TV. Anyways, so let's get into the latest updates on the league and the latest breaking news and the points going into Gateway. And then we are also going to show you the rest of this playoff schedule for the end of the season. So Hoy, what do you want to start off first?
Well, let's start off with the finishes at Bristol Cornet, winning his first race ever since he came back from retirement. He's currently part-time, not running for a championship this season, but he is retired. Wumbo in second, has best career finish. Byroad in third, Hoy in fourth, Logan DNF in fifth. Going into the point standings, Hoy in the points lead, he's pretty much locked in that regular season championship. KW under the cut line, Logan, Humane, and Cody, they're all under the cut line. Can they find a way to somehow late in this season get above that cut line and be comfortable? KW is right there below. All he really has to do is finish a race and he'll be in the playoff picture.
Yeah. Back to the playoffs and who's under the cutoff and above the cutoff. I think KW, he can easily make it into the playoffs. One race. Doesn't matter where he finishes, that one race. But I think going into the last three races, in my opinion, the must-wins are Logan, Humane, and Cody. Logan hasn't been finishing races, and he has a 3-race suspension. And then, Humane hasn't been showing up, Cody hasn't been showing up either. So I think KW is easily locked into the playoffs. Well, not locked in, but he can easily make the playoffs.
And again, as he said, he can easily get right into the playoff picture with Blue Flags is now a free agent. He is not on the team, so we'll see how everything goes for him. Moving on. Hoy struggles at Bristol. We're not going to talk much about that. But let's talk about Wumbo's.
We're gonna talk about that. No. Go back. The Hoy struggles at Bristol. So, Hoy has struggled a lot at Bristol. He had a couple flashing moments in that race, but that was mostly in the beginning of the run. And late in the runs, he fell off. And, again, he wasn't racing in his actual car. He was racing Bradley's backup car because something happened with that 5 car. And they didn't. Practice got rained out, and the race got postponed. They didn't get to put the Hoy stuff into Bradley's backup car to get everything set up. So Hoy was very uncomfortable with that car the whole entire race. And that definitely showed him being 15 laps down. Anyways, that's all I want to talk about that.
And then let's talk about Wumbo's improvement. His best career finishing second place at Bristol. Congratulations to you, Wumbo.
Yeah, Wumbo has been definitely improving. He is in the playoffs, very comfortably in the playoffs, I'm pretty sure. Wumbo just needs to finish these races out, and I feel like he might be one of contender for going into Gateway. All those HMS cars has been very, very strong. Yeah, looks at the playoffs. Wumbo is very safe. There's no way you get knocked out unless there's 3 winners the rest of the season, which that's very possible. Gateway, Dega, and India. 2 interesting races, especially last season. But I like the hot streak Wumbo's on. I feel like you could carry that at, still maintain that hot streak going into Gateway.
Moving on, and Ricky starting up a brand new team next season with Trackhouse Racing, correct?
Yes, sir. I'm very excited about that. About that move. I'm happy that me and Chip Ganassi could work out a deal about me buying his team. Without giving us 3 charters, I feel like it could be very competitive next season. I'm not worried about getting the championship. I'm more worried about just going out there having fun and getting wins. I already got my 2 championships, so I'm happy with that. I'm just going for more wins. And I might try to contact Cornette or Hoy to start a little alliance with HMS. I haven't yet, but I'm gonna try to talk to them about that. And what is primary paint schemes Lumar, a very, very ugly scheme. I just have to go on with that Lumar tradition. And then Grant scheme, which I think is very beautiful. And later on, in the next couple of weeks, we will have more paint scheme unveilings. So be ready for that in the future.
And then
anyways, Hoy. How about we talk about Bradley's retirement? Last Sunday we kind of talked about it, but we didn't get into full detail about it. We were very, very surprised about Bradley's retirement.
Honestly, I think it came at a little bit of a weird time. He originally was going to retire after Indianapolis, but there are rumors that he may make his final career playoff run and try to run for a championship. Which, again, in my opinion, that's probably the best idea he can do, because, you know, when he's not prime anymore. We obviously know that. He hasn't won in 2 seasons. He's on one of the longest losing streaks, and he's in the playoffs not from wins, just from consistent finishes and getting enough points, and that's what's benefited him. So I think these rumors will turn out to be true, but I've been trying to get reports from him, and I have not gotten any official reports. So we may be able to get some clarification and see him in the playoffs.
I'm totally going to agree with you. I think it's a very smart decision if he waits till the playoffs, or when he gets eliminated in the playoffs, if he does, to retire. I wouldn't retire after a regular season race, because you're technically wasting a playoff spot for somebody else. So if I was him, just go all the way through the playoffs, see how far you get, and after hang up the helmet. Yeah, I'm totally caught off guard with this announcement. I was definitely surprised. I thought he was going to go somewhere else or resign with HMS. That definitely caught me off guard a little bit. We got this week in the middle of that Bristol race. I was broadcasting and saw a notification about it, and I thought he was going back there. That's definitely some breaking news for Bradley. And if you want to see what Cornette said, the team owner, go back to last week's race hub to see that. Anyways, Wait, how about going to a race picks going into tomorrow night?
Let's Gateway, obviously last season we had a fairly controversial ending. We ended up dominating that race, and Cornet ended up winning on some fuel strategy. So, are we gonna see any fuel strategy tomorrow night, or anything domination to win it?
To be honest, I don't know. Last season you saw it there, but this season, how it's been going on, we really didn't have much. We haven't really had much fuel-saving races this season. There has been not a bunch of cautions, but more cautions, and more average cautions than last season. There's a chance that we might have a fuel-saving race next week, tomorrow night. But yeah, I don't know. I think Hoy or Cornet or Rumbo could win this one. They're the odds to beat. They're the drivers to beat tomorrow. But I don't know. I'll be surprised if it's a fuel saving race. But I also won't be surprised if one of those three could pull a victory, pull a win out of their pocket tomorrow night. And if Hoy, no matter where Hoy finishes tomorrow, he's locked into the playoffs no matter what. So he just needs to show up and he's locked in. But Hoy needs to rebound from last week, and Hoy needs to rebound from last week. He needs just to forget about last week, put that one in the trash, and just I think that race never happened. But one good positive that came out of last week's race was Hoy winning the stage. That adds more playoff points. And let's just say Hoy has another bad race like that again. Those playoff points are going to help him make it through the rounds, round of 8, round of 6, into the Final Four. But once you get to the Final Four, those playoff points ain't going to be your best friend anymore. When you make it to the Final Four and win that championship, whoever finishes the best out of the 4 drivers will be the champion. But like I said, I still think Hoy is my championship favorite. But that can change. Drivers can get momentum at the right time in the playoffs, and Hoy can lose all of that momentum. Hoy can go on a cold streak. Maybe last week, and at Bristol, that could have killed Hoy's hot streak, and Hoy might not be able to rebound from last week. But I think Hoy will rebound. He's him. Hoy's got that dog in him, and yeah, I think Hoy is still my championship favorite and my race favorite for tomorrow night.
Alright. You heard him, Hoy. But then, a huge playoff announcement. The playoff picture, the thing that everyone in the league has been waiting for many months. The official playoff schedule is here. The round of 8.
2, 1. The round of 8. Darlington Auto Club, Martinsville.
The round of 6. Talladega, Charlotte, and Homestead.
In the championship race, just like last season, is Iowa. Hoy. And just like last season, I feel like Iowa can have its thrills and spills. Last season, Iowa was a good championship race, but it also caused some heartbreaks for a couple of championship contenders. But the thing I like about Iowa is multi-group racing. Middle, high line, bottom line. 1 minute, the high line is going to be the best line. The next minute, the middle line is going to be the best line. And the next minute, the bottom line is going to be the best line. it doesn't matter which line you're on, what your line you're in, you're still going to be a threat to win if you have a fast car. But like any other track, just like Homestead, the top line at Iowa is going to be your best friend. Not on the short runs. The short run's going to be either the middle line or the bottom line. But on the long run, that top line's going to be your best friend. And if as soon as you get to the high line, you better get up there, because you two fall to the back, and it will be hard to get back up to the field. Hoy, what do you think about the playoff schedule?
Honestly, I like it, and I'm hoping to get back for blood this year. I've been waiting patiently. I've been so close 2 times, and it's just gotten stripped right out of my hands. So,
Yep.
I'm doing everything to get it, and nothing's gonna stop me.
Hoy, I'm not gonna lie. I might have to race Darlington. I'm sorry. I just want redemption from last time. If you didn't know what happened last time, Hoy can tell you all about it. Remember last time we raced at Darlington?
Yes.
Yeah.
I ended up winning, and Ricky absolutely choked. He sold so bad.
Rick, I dominated that race, both Xfinity and Cup, but then the game screwed me over in Cup. And if you want to know about what happened in Xfinity, just ask Cornet all about that. Trust me, he knows. I still remember that. Anyways, let's move on. Auto Club. Auto Club. That's gonna be a drafting track. But I forgot to say this. Aero package change. Instead of medium draft effect or high draft effect. Oh shit. Instead of high draft effect or medium draft effect, we will be putting that to low draft effect, so we won't draft like we the intermediate.
And it seems like we're gonna have some technical difficulties on Ricky's side, and he's talking about the draft effect at Auto Club, and then after that race you have Martinsville as the final race of the round of 8, and it can get very controversial there with a bump and run to potentially knock someone in or knock someone out. So I think it can get very, very spicy, and it's all going to be about keeping your attitude in place.
Was my technical difficulties fixed, or am I still bugging out?
We hear you now. But over to Talladega, we know it could go either way. At Dega, you can either do good or do bad. It can all end in just a second. Closing laps. Charlotte, very, very difficult track for most drivers. Draft is going to be a huge deal there, and consistency will definitely be key. At Charlotte.
So back to what I don't know if you understood me. We will have the aero package on low drafts, so that might change the effect of the rest of the season, especially at Auto Club in Charlotte. But Hoy, you said Charlotte's a difficult. Charlotte's a difficult track for drivers. Remember, down turn 3 and 4, that's pretty difficult. You got a little bump down there. If you hit that turn around, you were going straight into the wall or getting tight and losing a bunch of time. And Hoy Homestead, that's also a very difficult track.
Yeah, Homestead. It's really all about how you enter the corner. It's mainly how you take your corners track. If you don't get the right entry of the corner and you don't get in the right lane to stick the car in, you're gonna be slow and you're gonna get you're gonna get it handed to you. As we saw last season in the Xfinity Series at the championship, Good Buds actually ended up winning the Xfinity Championship last year, and he hit all of his marks at Homestead. And you saw no one else could hit his marks and be able to keep the car where they wanted it to be. And what did that do? It made Good Buds just drive right away into the dust, leaving everyone behind. So Homestead will definitely be a tough track for most drivers.
Yeah, especially when your tires get wore out. You get loose, you slide, and off of the final, off of turn 2 and 4, your car can step out underneath you at the most unexpected moment, and that could really mess up your race. And also, a late race restart. If you make a wrong block, you could definitely get wrecked, as you may remember from the 2016 championship. But yeah, Homestead, the crazy track. But some more breaking news: Cornette will be up in the booth for Cornette has released the rest of his commentating announcing schedule for the races. Announcing he will be
we have
Darlington, Phoenix, and a couple other tracks.
We have Darlington, Iowa, possibly Miami, and Charlotte. So we are looking forward to have Cornette up in the booth with you. But let's move on from the playoff schedule and go to a driver suspension. This is not a league suspension. It is a team owner suspension, and Logan and 3-car was unfortunately suspended from his team for 3 races, so he is suspended for the rest of the regular season. And I'm sure he's going to try to get his suspension undone. He wants a chance to run in the for a championship, and it's just unfortunate that he can't. There was some words exchanged between some other drivers and other teams with Logan, and they just felt like it was the best decision to park his car for the rest of the regular season, and we will see how Logan's future goes. Obviously he's on a 1-season contract with RCR, and we don't know what his future is. Even if he got cut, who's going to sign him? He really doesn't have many people in his corner for him after his words exchanged. So, yeah, it's unfortunate that he couldn't control himself and keep himself in the car and a chance in the playoffs.
And no, he did not get suspended while playing iRacing, so
nope, he did not use the
he didn't say racial slur.
Yes, he did not pull a Kyle Larson.
It's just him and Hoy got in a little fight,
and a few other drivers.
But that's very heartbreaking if you're a Logan fan. You thought it is Logan. He
thought
some
Logan
promising
was
runs.
the future him.
Yeah.
We thought Logan had that dog in him, but seems like he's gonna have to prove it another season.
Logan, he had some very consistent runs at Bristol and Kansas. Maybe one of the fastest cars. But yeah, he got caught up in wrecks, DNF'd, and that didn't help his case. but then this suspension ain't gonna help his case. So he's technically, if that suspension don't get overturned, he is mathematically eliminated from playoff contention.
Yep.
But if he don't resign to RCR, there's rumors that Trackhouse might try to sign him next season. Well, that is very heartbreaking if you're a Logan fan. You thought you had a chance, but then the suspension definitely don't help your case.
Yeah. And let's move on. Tomorrow night, Gateway, 11 p.m. Eastern, live on HNN TV. Make sure everyone tunes in. We already talked about our picks to win and everything, so yeah.
I got one more thing to say. If you want any race win diecast from Hoy, Cornet, any diecast or merch, go to bbc.com. You will see all of the diecast, merch, flags, anything. Again,
And
if
even
you
a few
want to
BBCs.
buy any diecast, any merch, any flags, any race apparel, any race win diecast, or race tickets, go to bbc.com. 1/4 scale diecast are $420, and 1/64 scale diecast is $69. Again, that is all on bbc.com.
Yep. And HNN, we're out.